Hi everybody, and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be doing a thoracic spine mobility video. So if you are feeling like really stiff from here up to like your neck, your upper back essentially, this will be a really great practice to do. I tend to find that I feel this way when I've been sitting for long periods of time. Like I just drove a whole lot today, so that's how I'm feeling. For this, we're going to need a chair, and you might want to have a yoga mat or just like something to step on. And let's start on the mat. We'll start standing. So you'll take your feet about hip distance or so, bring your hands to your hips, press your knees out to the side a little bit and feel your glutes kind of fire on a little. I have a soft bend in my knees, hands to hips. And then as you breathe in, imagine there's a string around your chest and you're kind of being lifted up. So from the side, it looks just like a gentle little lift. You can press the hips forward a little bit, and then exhale, come to neutral. Then breathe in, lift up from the chest, look up. You can press the hips a little bit more forward this time, and then release. Again, you're really being mindful about that imaginary string wrapped around your upper back as you lift up, look up. You can lean back a little. See if you can relax your shoulders away from you and draw your shoulder blades towards one another. And then exhale, come back to neutral. Staying in the same position with the lower body, we're gonna keep one arm, one hand to the hip. The other arm's really gonna stiffen a whole lot. I want you to make a fist so tight that you feel your fingernails digging into your palms. So lots of irradiation or lots of tension through your entire body. Then what we're gonna do is draw a humongous circle this big, going all the way up. When I get to here, I'm gonna have to rotate my hand. So rotate when you're ready. Now what tends to happen is the shoulders are gonna turn, the chest is gonna wanna turn. Try not to let that happen because we're trying to focus on opening up through the shoulders, the chest, and we'll come all the way down and then we'll reverse it. So that was like super fast. We're gonna go painfully slow. So don't get mad at me because it's slow. All right, hand to hip. Your lower body is very, very stiff. You're strong and stable. This arm here, your left arm, is very, very strong as well. You're digging into your palm with your fingers. Take a breath in, go slower than you want to go, and push, push, push. We're going up to the ceiling or the sky, depending on whether you're outside or inside, and you're wanting to move through resistance as much as possible. Now, this is where we have to begin to rotate. Try not to let the opposite shoulder turn. Keep your chest totally forward. Reach way back. Don't let any other part of your body move except for this arm. Whoo! And slowly come down so the fist is by your side. Now we're going to reverse it. When you reverse it, I want your palm facing forward. So whole body's very stiff. The arm is very stiff and you're reaching way back and you're having to push through this imaginary resistance. Reach back, reach back, reach back. Now, if you run into any pain points, you want to bypass them. So maybe that means you have to shorten your circle a little bit, the circumference of the circle. And then when we come forward, we want the donut of your fist, this part here, so my palm is facing that way now, to be facing forward. Let's do that one more time. Forward. And then we'll go backwards. So you're moving through a tremendous amount of resistance. The entire body's very stiff. If I tried to push you over, you wouldn't go anywhere. And we rotate, 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 and reach back as far as you possibly can. This should be difficult for you. You should be working at your end range of motion with this shoulder. These are called shoulder cars. And then we're gonna reverse it, palm facing front. Reach as far back as you can. You're trying to create the biggest pain-free circle that you can with this arm, not allowing any other part of your body to move. So your core is braced, your chest is facing forward, the hips are facing forward. Remember, the donut is going to be facing forward when you finish. Woo! And release. Okay, wiggle it out, make it weird, and we'll go to the other side. Now your left hand's to your hip, right arm is out about by your side. Dig in with the fingertips. Create a lot of tension through your whole body. Stiffen through your core. Drive the knees out to the side a little bit. Here we go. Deep breath in. Exhale and begin to reach, reach, reach out in front, moving through resistance. Imagine my hand is right here and I'm pushing down firmly and trying not to let you go. That's what you're fighting against. Once you get here, we're going to begin to rotate. Remember, the chest is going to want to turn. Don't let it turn. I have far less mobility on this side, as I can see in the camera. And then reach, and we're gonna go all the way down. Remember, your palm is facing forward here. And then we reverse it. So reach the arm back behind you. Keep pulling that shoulder blade towards your spine as you lift, 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 lift. Stay in your end range of pain-free motion. Remember, your arm is gonna wanna turn now. You can allow that to happen. Really stiff, you're digging into your fingertips, digging into your palm with your fingertips. And we'll do it one more time. Reaching out in front, moving through that resistance. Going slower, slower, slower than you want to because you're fighting through that imaginary resistance. Now when you get here, rotate and reach that arm as far back as you can, trying to find this pain-free range always, and release. Whew, wiggle it out. Great. From here, we're gonna reach the arms, interlace the fingers, press the palms away from you, reach all the way up, lean back a little bit, and come on down. Now have a seat on your chair and sit at the very edge of your chair. Feet are a little bit wider than hip distance or so. We're gonna have the arms in this position, this 90-degree position. And what I want you to do is kind of scoop your elbows under and send your hands back behind you just a little bit. So from the side, it's not like a tremendous amount. I'm just doing a little scoop of the elbows and back to neutral. Scoop of the elbows, back to neutral. So that's what we're doing. Deep breath in, scoop of the elbows, neutral. Whew. So hold it there at that end range, almost like you're trying to get your elbows higher, higher, higher. Go to your end range and release. Now, same as before, you have a lot of tension in your arms. Scoop under. If you tried to push my arms, they wouldn't go anywhere. That's how much tension I have. My fingers are spread. I'm irradiating through my entire body, and release. Press down into your feet. Make this a whole body movement. Push, push, push into your feet. Feel your legs activate. Scoop, 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 and release. 2 more. Scoop underneath and release. Last one. Scoop underneath with the elbows and release. Great. From here, you're going to take your left hand to the back of your chair, take your other hand down to your opposite leg, take a sharp breath, not sharp, deep breath in, get long through your torso, and then as you exhale, pull on your leg. So your leg's got to be stiff, don't let it push, right? Stiffen your leg and then twist. Take your gaze out over your shoulder with the opposite eye. So you're looking out over your left shoulder with your right eye. Then take another breath in, get a little bit taller if you can. Exhale, twist just a tiny bit more. Keep your right shoulder back, don't let it round too much. And then as you breathe in, we'll sweep the arms up and go over to the other side. So what tends to happen is like my body wants to shift. See if you can keep from your belly button down, stiff and even and facing forward rather than twisting with your body. So right hand is to the back of the chair, or maybe you don't have that much mobility. Maybe your hand is to the arm of the chair if you've got one, or if not, you can just bring it down to the seat. The left hand is to the right leg, and you're going to twist. Remember to keep your legs really stiff. Deep inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, twist as you look out over your right shoulder with your left eye. Keep your left shoulder back. Don't let it round forward too much. Another breath in, get a little bit taller if you can, and exhale. Just pull on that chair, pull on that leg for maybe 1 millimeter more of space. And then as you breathe in, sweep the arms up overhead. As you breathe out, arms by your side, but don't let them round forward. You're trying to stay as tall as you can. From here, we're gonna do a little side bend, side bend. So keep your hands sort of skimming the leg of the chair and your hips as you go from one side to the other. And it's not even so much about the hands going low as it is about the ribs going out. So you want to send the ribs out to the side, and just notice if one side feels a little bit more open than the other. Do they feel about the same? Just notice what you notice and let that be enough. And do one more here, each side. And then release. Big breath in, sweep the arms up. Big breath out, elbows come out to the side again. Now with this one, we're gonna exhale and twist. Deep breath in and then exhale and twist. The thing you wanna be mindful of is imagining that from the belly button down, everything is stiff like a statue and it's not moving. So you're really focusing on your movement from the belly button up to the top of the head. Let that be the only thing that moves. So right now, press into your mat or the floor. Feel that when you press down into your feet, your legs begin to engage, your muscles begin to activate in the lower body, and then sitting up really tall, that's gonna help to make sure that your core stays nice and strong as well. All right, so here we go. Out to the side, deep breath in, exhale, twist, breathe in. And I want you to kind of breathe like that. I know it's a little obnoxious, but it really does help to get a good twist. So here we go, deep breath in. 3 more. 2 more. And last one, nice. From here, take your hand, let's do your left hand to the right side of the head, lower your ear towards your shoulder, and let this arm either be heavy, or if you got a little bit more in you today, you could bring your hand behind your back. I'm just gonna show you what that looks like. So I'm here. Now remember that as you do that, you're continually drawing the shoulder back behind you. See if you can tilt your chin up a little bit. Take some slow, deep breaths in and out. One more breath. And then inhale, lift the arms up and over to the other side, either hand by your side, or you can bring that arm back behind you. Remember, if you do that, you're just pulling your shoulder back as well. Bring your awareness to the side of your neck that feels the stretch. See what happens when you tilt your chin up just a little bit. And slowly release. We're gonna come back up onto the mat and take like triangle pose feet. So your right foot, the outer edge of that right foot will be parallel to the short edge of the mat. Take a look at your left foot and just make sure that your heel, if you were to like drag it back, it's right in line with the arch of your back foot. So nice wide stance here, and your left toes are pointed forward and your hips are facing the wide edge of your mat. From here, we're gonna take your right hand behind your head and open up through that elbow. The opposite arm is gonna go out in front, and you're gonna reach towards the front of your mat and then lower down to wherever feels good for you. Maybe it's your shin, maybe it's your upper leg, maybe you have a block. Once you get there, imagine that you are rotating your chest up towards the ceiling. Reach that upper elbow back. And as you breathe here, think about creating space through the side body. Little micro bend of the knees, firm up the front quads. And then bend the front knee and rise up. We're gonna switch sides. So now right toes are pointed towards the short edge of the mat. Outer edge of left foot is parallel to the short edge, the other short edge of the mat, and your hips are facing the wide edge of the mat. Left hand behind your head, right arm out in front. You're gonna reach, 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 and then lower. Think about rotating, twisting up towards the ceiling or the sky, creating space and length through the side of your body here. Soft micro bend of each knee, firm up the right leg muscles, the right quads. And then micro bend that front leg, rise up. From here, turn toes in, heels out. Now, if you have the mobility to go all the way down and you can keep your legs straight, then go ahead and do that. If you don't have that ability, no worries, just use your chair. And that's what I'm gonna use today, just to demo. So you'll bring your chair in front of you. The important thing here is making sure that your toes are turned in and the heels are out. Let's start with a little back bend. So hands to hips, press the hips forward, lift up from the chest. And then when you're ready, bend your knees a little bit to come either all the way down, and make sure your stance is nice and wide. So you get a little bit of a stretch through here, and then we're gonna add some twisting. Or you're on the chair and your back is nice and long. So this is appropriate if you're like, you try to go down and your hamstrings are like, God no. From here, wherever you are, right hand is gonna go underneath your face. Left hand is gonna go behind your head, and you're gonna do a little twist, making sure that your hips don't also twist. So you're looking for hips to continue to face down. If your hand is on the mat, it's gonna be right under your face, probably off the mat, and you're gonna add this little twist, and you can always check to make sure with your hand at your sacrum to see where you're at. And then what I like to do is kind of make it dynamic. So bend the knees, tap the elbow, and lift back up. Bend the knees, tap the elbow, breathe in, lift up. If you're doing it on the chair, bend the knees, tap the elbow, big twist, trying to make sure that those hips don't also twist. Bend the knees, tap the elbow, twist. Let's do 2 more. Bend the knees, tap the elbow, twist. Bend the knees, tap the elbow, twist. Other side. Left hand under the face, right hand behind the head. Bend the knees, elbow to elbow, breathe in, twist. Bend the knees, elbow to elbow, breathe in, twist. So this twisting action is what's helping us to improve our mobility, bend and tap, then twist, our mobility through the T-spine. Bend the knees, tap the elbow, twist. Bend the knees, tap the elbow, twist. Let's do 1 more. Bend the knees, tap the elbow, twist. And release. From here, bring your hands either to the chair. We're gonna do a cat-cow, or you're on the ground, cat-cow. So whatever feels best for you. Breathe in, lift head and tailbone. Breathe out, round your back. Tuck your chin to your chest. A lot of people get scared, and I don't know why they don't do it, but do that. Breathe in, lift your head as high as it'll go. Lift your tailbone. Breathe out, tuck chin to chest. Breathe in, lift head and tailbone. Breathe out, tuck chin to chest. Breathe in, lift head and tailbone. Breathe out, push the chair or the ground away. Great. Bend your knees deeply, rise all the way up. Turn to face the front. We'll lower down onto one knee. Let's do the right knee so we're all on the same page. Reach the arms out in front. As you breathe in, we're gonna open up the left arm, trying to keep the hips facing forward. Then from here, tick-tock the arms to 11 o'clock and 5 o'clock. So you're just kind of reaching one arm 45 degrees away from you, your back arm 45 degrees back behind you. Then lower the hands down next to your front foot. Curl your back toes, lift your back hips for just a second, lower the back knee, reach the arms up and back. Tick-tock the arms to 11 o'clock and 5 o'clock. Cartwheel them down next to the front foot. Curl your back toes, lift your hips for just a beat, lower down, lift the arms, go back into it. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So now right foot is forward, both arms out in front. Breathe in, open up the, what foot is this? What arm is this for you? This is your right foot, right arm. Right arm is gonna open up, and then tick-tock to 11 o'clock and 4 o'clock, or whatever it is, 45 degrees away from you. Cartwheel the hands down, curl the toes, lift the hips. Lower that knee down, reach the arms out to the side, just going back into that same positioning, and then rotate. Lift the hips, lower down, arms out in front. Doing it from the side for you. Opening up, rotate, cartwheel down, curl the toes, lift the back hips. From here, we're gonna go up and back into downward dog. Pedal out your legs. And then lower down onto your knees. From here, lower down onto your forearms and then walk your hands out a little bit more. So this is a little puppy dog situation. So you want your hips to be directly over your knees. A lot of times the hips come a little bit too far back. So we're aiming to have hips directly over the knees. And then from here, come down into a prone position on your stomach, and you're gonna press down into your forearms, and imagine you're trying to pull yourself forward. This should feel really nice for your T-spine. Look up. And exhale, release. Do that 2 more times. Pull yourself forward. Look up. And exhale, release. Last time. Press down, pull yourself forward, look up. And exhale, release. From here, put your left hand right at the center of the top of the mat. Elbows kind of like 45 degrees away from that. Right hand behind your head and elbow pointed forward. Breathe in and twist, and you're gonna push into your left forearm to twist up. Tap the elbow, get right back up. Breathe in on the way down. Breathe out to lift. 2 more times. And other side. Breathe in and lift. 2, 3, 4. Oh, that feels so good. Let's do 1 more. 5. Okay, turn around onto your back. You're gonna end with the most delicious twist of all. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll over onto your right side and straighten your arms and stack them on top of one another. Breathe in and open up with that left arm. Look out over left shoulder. Breathe out, come back to center. Breathe in, open up, look out. And come back to center last time. Breathe in, open up. See if you can get that shoulder all the way down to the ground. And then bring your knees up and over. Take your right arm with you. Stack the arms. Breathe in, open up right arm. Look out over right shoulder. See if you can get your right shoulder down. 2 more. Breathe in, open. And last one. Breathe in and open. Beautiful. From here, bring your knees back to center. Hug them in. Give a little rock side to side. Lift your feet, hands underneath your knees, and then tighten your core, rock and roll a couple times to sit up. All right. That does our practice today. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully you feel really good through your T-spine, through your chest, through your shoulders. Remember, motion is lotion, so wiggle and make it weird anytime you have to sit for prolonged periods, and that should help to hopefully make you feel less stiff by the end of your sitting time. And you could always add in this video as well for a little bit more intentional movement through the T-spine, chest, and shoulders. Thank you so much for watching and practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you have any requests for the future, because I'm trying really hard to stay consistent, posting every week, and I'd love to give you what you want. So if you have a special request, let me know. I'll see you very soon here on the Yoga by Candace YouTube channel.